Talk Radio 702 and 567 CapeTalk. Elections 2014.
Welcome to the Money Show. It's a special outside broadcast, inside broadcast, if you know what I mean, as we get from the politicians this evening the bare bones of their economic policy. Everybody wants jobs. Everybody wants economic freedom. We've just got different ideas as to how to get there. We'll be looking at that this evening extensively on the Money Show. On stage, we have got, from the far side, the DA's Tim Harris, the ANC's Qedani Mahlangu, and Advocate Dali Mpofu from the Economic Freedom Fighters. How would you, in 60 seconds, easy call, end the standoff between AMCU and the mining industry at the moment?
Well, that standoff would end exactly on the 8th of May, because as you know that in our manifesto, in the list of minimum wages that we prescribe there, we prescribe the minimum wage of 12,500 rand in the mining sector, which is exactly what the workers are demanding.
How would we end the strike as things stand now? Firstly, we need to ensure that the conditions of the workers in the mines are improved. Secondly, also to appeal to the mine workers themselves, that it's important to negotiate, but also those negotiations should not be at the expense of the permanent employment that the workers have. Well,
I'm glad that things have changed. I thought the ANC's response to things like that was just to shoot the workers and ask them to go.
That has never been the ANC policy. That has never been an ANC policy.
There is a matter of fact that South Africa's police did open fire on mine workers, and we still don't get to we still have not got to the bottom of what actually happened on that day.
So let's allow the investigation to conclude before we come to a determination.
Eskom, Telkom and SAA are South Africa's three favourite bugbears. Tim Harris, would you allow competition to state-owned monopolies?
This is where it boggles the mind that people think that our economic policy is the same as the ANC's. Our approach to these public sector monopolies is totally different. We think we need to break them up. We think we need to privatize many of them, and we think we need to take the shares that we sell from those privatizations and give them to ordinary South Africans, give them ordinary assets that will inject competition into many of these markets and resolve some of the pricing and production issues that Tanya's concerned about, inject efficiency into the remaining SOEs that we have, and raise much needed capital that we can then spend on repairing and rebuilding the infrastructure of our country.
The issues around the introducing competition, that is why Eskom today has issued more than about 20 IPPs, independent power producers, linked to the Eskom grid in wind as well as in solar. Both the Northern Cape as well as the Western Cape and other provinces are going towards that direction. That work is happening. By the way, the very same things we're talking about, South Africa is a better country today. The SOEs have played a significant role to be where we are today.
My question is based on youth unemployment. What kind of policies have you guys come up with to address the youth unemployment problem that we have?
We've already put the youth incentives on the table, where we're going to say companies must employ young people and they'll be incentivized for that.
My reading of a set-aside is that you're actually planning to force young businesses to take on young people, and that's not the way to give young people opportunity. The way to give young people opportunity is what we've done in the Western Cape. We have long had the idea of a youth wage subsidy in the DA's policy. We supported it when National Treasury presented it 4 years ago, and we implemented it in the Western Cape 3 years ago when we realized that COSATU was holding up the implementation nationwide.
But the issue here is not so much about the creation of jobs in a numerical sense. It is the quality of the jobs. And I'm quite appalled to hear the ANC actually defending our people being paid slave wages.
In terms of leadership, we're looking at big scandals around both your leaders at this point in time. How do you then in turn have a succession plan to continue the type of promises you're putting to the voters as we go about to the ballots, should things don't go the way that you intend them to go?
There is no crisis of leadership in the African National Congress.
This sounds like FNB Stadium. Qedani Mahlangu, okay, are you done, Qedani Mahlangu? That is done, okay.
What was your take on all of what happened here tonight?
Well, when it comes to the economy, what I'm looking at is a roundtable of concurrence. There is no differences across these political parties. They find themselves at different levels of the sequence. Here is how it goes for me. You have got the ANC that has been tinkering with the economy for about 20 years, and they know where blockages are. The DA is coming and say that, let us remove the red tape, let us fix it, let us align the tax regime here and there. EFF is saying that once you are all done with that, bring it here, I'm going to distribute it. So, here is a question. They'll do very well for 1 year because there'll be no economy left once they've implemented their policy goals.
Talk Radio 702 and 567 Cape Talk, Elections 2014.